Hello. Give my back walk. Let's just go ahead and get started. Just a reminder, I don't use music because of a lot of licensing rights. So if there's something that you want to be listening to, take a quick second and go put on your playlist. And we're just going to start with some breathing. So everybody has time to either put on some music or choose to join me in silence. So we're just going to start cross-legged, hands to knees, eyes closed, and settle. Just giving yourself a second to root down through the sits bones, level off the pelvis, straighten the spine, drop the shoulders, pull the chin back, soften the face, and just settle. Begin to turn your attention to your breathing, just paying attention. That's all we're doing. And then begin to slow the rhythm of your breathing down. Just take a little longer to inhale, a little longer to exhale. Free up the belly. Let the inhale come to the navel. Start to flow the breath through the navel, through the ribs, up into the chest. Try and find your full expansion. And when you've reached full expansion, work on full contraction. Just pull the navel back at the base of the exhale. We're gonna keep this breath moving. Grab onto the knees and begin your hip rotations, big circles of the upper body around the lower body. Take your time. We're just ironing out the sticky spots in the pelvis. Next time you're on the front swing, go ahead and reverse that. One more all the way around. And when you come to the front swing, just work yourself back into center, and then we'll twist to one side. Pick a side, any side, doesn't matter. Just letting the opposite hand cross the body. Lift the chest up, turn the chin. And let's reverse to the other side. And back to neutral. Fingers interlaced, press palms forward. Lift the hands up, chest up, chin up. Squeeze the elbows in. Chin neutral, arch to one side. And arch to the other. Center space, release the lace of the fingers, take the hands behind you, relace fingers, chest up, arms up, pull the chin back. Release the hands. We're gonna shift to seated on the knees. If you can't sit on the knees, stay on the seat, right? Just wanna kind of straighten out the tops of the feet. Hands come to the thighs. And drop the chin. And we'll rotate the head in really slow circles, right? So take your time. Make sure the shoulders are released. And make sure you're not whipping the head around. Once your chin touches your chest next, reverse the roll. And the next time the chin touches the chest, let's leave it down. Keeping the chin down, interlacing the fingers behind the head softly, curling the elbows in, and pulling the chin into the notch of the collarbone. Pull the chin up, fan the elbows wide, drop the head back into the hands, and really just lift the chest and pull the elbows. Neutral space. Pop the hips off to one side. We're going to drop the elbow that's closest to the feet down to the feet and roll the head to look up towards the raised elbow. Good, neutral space. Lift and shift. And we know where we're going, right? Dropping the elbow closest to the feet towards the feet and tilting the head to look towards the raised elbow. And neutral space, release the hands. Let's shift back onto the heels. With the hands reaching forward, tuck your toes under, and we're gonna rock back onto the toes, right? So just shift the heels back a little bit. Make sure your shoulders and neck are relaxed, and we're gonna hover here for a couple breaths. And start the rocking softly back and forth, right? So bring the hands a little bit forward for balance. Inhale, knees come almost to the floor. They're not on the floor. Exhale, heels come back a little further than they were before, but again, not to the floor. Inhaling, knees forward. Exhaling, heels back. Take your time with it. Next time that the heels have reached that back position, we're going to drop the heels, straighten out the knees, and fold all the way down. Make sure your head lowers. You can walk your hands a little bit forward on the ground if you feel like you need just a touch more length. We'd like to keep the hips oriented over the ankles. Now, from your folded over position, step the feet out slightly wider than hip distance, angling the heels in and the toes out because we're dropping straight down into a big squat, right? Move your elbows to the inner knees. You can do fist in palm, you can do prayer position, whatever works for you to help use the elbows to push the knees out. Chest up. And we're gonna ride the seat all the way down, join the soles of the feet and deepen up that inner thigh stretch by coming to a cobbler pose. So interlace the fingers, tuck them underneath the heels, underneath the feet, and pull the feet up a little bit as you bring the chest forward and lean back slightly. So what we're doing is stretching the ankles, putting some rotation in the knee, and using a suspension to help stretch the upper back. Chin down, breathe. And on the exhale, just ride the feet down, release the hands from under the feet, and we're just gonna hinge from the hips, folding into your cobbler. Make sure the back of the neck is straight or the chin is tucked in, right? Use your elbows to iron out the inner thighs, the calves, or you can take your elbows around the front. 100% depends where you're at. At some point, you'd like to stretch the arms out to get underneath the shoulder blades. You're welcome to do that. If your hands are extended, walk them back and bring yourself up. We'll stretch out the left leg. We're going to take the bent right leg, cradle it up, right? Just pulling it in as you flex the base leg, right? No rocking and rolling yet, just pulling it in. And now take that foot and lay it down on top of the thigh, right? So the ankle is going to settle inside the quad, and the heel is as close to the hip as you can make it, right? I've got the blade of my elbow right underneath the ball of my foot in that natural piece, and that's just going to anchor the foot down. And then very softly, and I mean very softly, just encourage that right knee to head towards the ground. It's not really a push as much as it's a lending of weight. Good. Now, keep the anchor on the foot as you lean in and fold forward. I almost said fall forward, fold forward. You're going to reach that point when the arms will come out, and either go for the foot if that's inside your flexibility range, or the ankle, or the knee. I do want a little bit of pull, a little bit of suction against whatever your grip is as the elbows bend to help you get down a little more. Chin tucks, and then we fold. Keep breathing. And release whatever grip you have and roll up, but leave that right foot precisely where it is, right? Leave that right foot precisely where it is and just get a solid and steady grip on it. No pressure, just a grip as we bend the base leg. Good, hands are now gonna come behind you. We've pinned that right foot and press the chest up and forward as you drop that knee out. Good, base foot, left foot is gonna tuck under to support the right knee as it descends. Move that right foot forward so it sits on top of the left knee. So we're right in the fire leg position. We've all been here before, right? Knee over foot, foot over knee. Hinging forward, pressing the chest down on top of the legs. If that doesn't work out, just hold as far as you can. Tuck the chin. And staying in that folded position, you're gonna work your body to your left, bringing the tricep, the elbow, or the hand of the right arm into the arch of that right foot. So same arm, same foot. Press the foot back and down so that the right knee is really digging into that left foot and fold. Keep your right butt cheek on the floor. Good. Work yourself to center. Top leg, the right leg, is going out into the half straddle. Left foot is going to tuck nice and tight and tidy in. Keeping it real simple here, we're just going to go right down into the middle. And that should feel pretty nice on the knee at this point. Okay, pressing up, preparing to reverse sequence. So that right leg is going to come straight out in front now. Left leg we're going to pick up and cradle. Right, just hug it in, flex the right foot, sit up straight, sit up tall. And remember, we're just going to ride that foot down. Deposit it softly on the quad. Relax the quad. Pull the heel in as close as it's going to go, but don't strain the knee. Blade edge of the elbow is going to press into the soft spot underneath the ball of the foot. Left hand just goes to the left knee. Anchor that leg in and down. And breathe. Hinging softly forward. Keep an anchor on that foot. Let the hand come from the knee. Go for the grip, right? Loose grip. Get the full extension of the back over the leg before you tuck the chin and bow the head. Releasing the hands, let's curl and roll all the way up. Anchor the foot in the knee, bend the right knee, bringing the foot to the ground, hands behind you. Press the chest up, drop that left knee out. Okay, so now we're just going to adjust, right? Bring that foot over, dropping left knee on top of right ankle, adjusting the left ankle on top of the right knee, right? So back to the fire leg position. Get yourself situated before you, wow, this is going to be hard for me on this side. Just hinge forward. Really trying to use the chest to press those legs together. Tuck the chin when you're ready. And let's stay hinged over, walk the body over to the right, hooking the left tricep, elbow, forearm, or hand into the arch of that left foot and hinging straight down. Okay, rotating back into center and coming up. The top leg is going to stretch out into the straddle as we tuck the right leg in, flex the left toes, and we're going straight down into the middle. Keeping it simple. Ooh, like I said, this side is tough. Okay, pressing up. And just fold the leg in so that we can roll up to knees. Right, back up to knees. Go ahead and bring hands to knees. Get yourself comfortably situated and work into your spine flexing. So we're going to inhale, press the chest forward, pull the shoulders back, and exhale, curl back, shoulders forward. Inhale, chest forward. Exhale, chest back. Just like cat-cow, only seated. And up to neutral space, rising up onto the knees, right? Making sure that the knees are directly beneath hips. We're just gonna brace the hips, kick the hips forward into a very loose camel, right? Do not go all the way back at this moment. Let's just stretch right through the front of the thigh. And pulling up, hands coming down. I need to shift back on the mat, maybe you do as well. We're just gonna pop hips forward into cobra, right? So we need to have the wrists beneath shoulders, just dropping the hips down. If you need to come down to the ground to press up, that's fine. And now pull the hips up and pop back into that camel one more time. Should be a little easier. Pull the hips up, drop the hands, walk them forward, right back into cobra. Yep. Pull the hips up. Walk the knees forward. And then pop back up to your camel. Yeah. Neutral. Sit. Lean. So I'm going to tuck the flesh of the booty in between my hand or in between my heels. So Lord knows it's gotten bigger as I gotten older. And we're just going to lean back into a saddle. Some of you are going to want to lay all the way back down. Today I don't want to, so I'm not going to. Drop the head back into the cradle of the shoulders. And hug the shoulders to the neck to pull the chin into the chest. Press yourself up. Now we're going to come down onto the back. So there's a couple choices. I'm just going to step my feet out. If that doesn't work out for you, go over to one side or rise all the way up. So let's lay down on the back with the knees bent. Feet firmly planted to the floor, taking the arms out to the sides into your T shape. Closing the eyes and letting the spine ground. Find your breath here. Now take both knees over to the right. Just let them tumble down. And reverse the legs to the other side. Back to center space, cross right leg over left leg, and return to the twist on the right. Unwind, uncross the legs, and we'll reverse left knee over right knee, knees to the left. Let's unwind. We're just gonna straighten the right leg out, and you'll notice the left foot kind of just falls onto that thigh. Take the left knee over the front of the body into a cat twist. Just facilitate with the hands any way you need. And then once you feel like you've come to your depth, stretch the left arm all the way out to the side. And unwind. Reverse, stretching the left leg out, bringing the right foot up, and taking the right knee over the front of the body. Just facilitate with the hands any way you need. Once you've come to depth, right arm stretches out. And we unwind. Step both feet firmly onto the ground, adjust the spine. Bring both knees up into the chest. Take a soft little hug of the body. Rock from side to side. And then one leg at a time, we're going to come flat to the back, preparation for final relaxation. Today, let's just put the hands on the belly so that the hands kind of surround the navel, but real soft so the elbows can relax. And close down your eyes. Consciously make any last movements necessary for comfort before committing to your stillness. And you're just going to focus in on the rhythm of your navel. That soft rising and falling underneath your hands. You don't need to make any choice, any changes. You don't need to drive the breath. Just release and have the experience of the breath in the hands. And allow yourself to get heavier and denser, softer and more comfortable. As you just consciously let it go. So go ahead and stretch fingers and toes. Bring the arms over and over the head and stretch from fingers to toes. And then roll over to one side, curl up, and make your way up to seated. Crossing hands over heart. Thank you for joining today. Have a glorious morning or afternoon. Namaste.